YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We outside. We down City of Gods. Oh, honey on the bay in the back right there. You know what I'm saying? I got a special guest with me today too. This is crazy. Got y'all. Oh, wait till he's done blowing his nose and whatnot. I got a very special guest.
My bad.
Had to get that. We got a very special guest. I'm about to take some pictures. And I don't really know. Again, this is just one of them vlogs where as though it's just like I'm just outside recording and we see what we get into. This might be like a Thursday, Friday vlog. This might just be a little whatever, something just to post on the channel for the meantime. But yeah, you know I got my trusty R6 and our special guest today, my guy Cool Ant, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, what's the word?
Man,
Yeah.
Down here, Holland Street, City of Gods, on the Bay.
So,
lunchtime, or dinner time down here.
Yeah. So, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do like a little quick interview and just go from there. Just on the spot, Joan, right? So, where are you originally from, and what do you do?
Originally from West Baltimore, that's what people don't know. Right off Poplar Grove, Elegant Driveway.
Okay.
That was home till I was like 6 or 7. Then moved to East Baltimore, Biddle Street. That's all the experiences had to that. So I always say I'm from Biddle just because like that's where the bulk of like me started to like form, for lack of better words. And what I do is a multitude of things now. Starting to really hone in on community.
Okay.
That's been my passion for a long time. Had a conversation with a good friend yesterday. Shout out to Jess. And you know, she kind of helped me just realize a few things of like where I should be focusing my talents at. Feel my own strong points. Feel like sometimes we get caught up and try and do a little bit of everything instead of a lot of one thing. So shout out to you, Jess. So yeah, man, community driven, community focused, and just getting the ball rolling back into all the community things.
So let's take it back to day one.
Yes, sir.
Cool Ant, Biddle Street Ant. What was that like? Talk about just like what was that like growing up? What was it like just being in Baltimore? On Biddle Street?
I make a joke about it, but I be telling people like I was the if you ever saw Boys in the Hood, it's a scene with Cuban Good and be like, hey yo, let me out. Like, yo, let me out. Yeah. That was me, nigga. Like, don't get me wrong, I hung with my homies, like I love my friends and all that. But I try my best to stay out of trouble because I just never seen it really work out good. Like I've seen people tell on people since I was a kid. I've seen like people die, people get arrested. So it was always like, oh, what do life look like for me in Baltimore? So just trying to balance it too, of like being this person that, you know, I grew up here, I'm still me, I'm still a Baltimorean. You know, I just chose to, you know, take a different approach in things and not to say somebody's wrong for their approach or nothing like that. So early on, it was all sports, just like football, wrestling, start doing track in high school, played a little bit of baseball when I was a kid, karate, a little bit of golf, you name it. I feel like I probably got my hand in it some way, somehow. My allergies killing me. My bad. But then as I got older, stopped playing sports, organized sports. It was like, all right, what do life look like? And that's when I found out I was funny through like social media. I was like, wow. Like, you knew I was funny in person, but the like social media, when they give you that reassurance, you're like, nah, this dude is like, it's like, all right, hold on, y'all not even from Baltimore, y'all think I'm funny. Like, this is interesting. So I was like, all right, how can I make this a thing? And then knowing that like my comedy was always the way to make people feel better. As I got older, I started wanting to get more intentional. So I was like, how can I make people like actually feel better for the long haul? So then I got more into the community work and like giving back and empowering people, like literally through fitness. Yeah, we here now.
So talk about like neighborhood heroes and
so neighborhood heroes is like my goal of a nonprofit, and you know, been getting with some friends like through the years that been helping me build and keep it going like blissfully. And you know, I always did community work. Like I said this in another interview, I always did community work because like I believe in doing the work without the title. It's like it'll hold you up if you're trying to like, what's the name of my business, or like who's gonna work for me, and it's like just go do it. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball rolling. You're gonna meet who you gotta meet along the way for real. So that was my whole like idea behind community work. In 2019, I want to say, or 2020 around that time, was when I was like, all right, I'm going with neighborhood heroes, you know. So inspired by Nipsey, like a really big part, like inspired by Nip, and just always a fan of bro and his approach to everything. And you know, we always say the hood. We say we in the hood, we in the hood, we in the hood. But the hood is kind of what they gave us, and neighborhood is what we made it, you know. So that's why I say like we neighborhood runners, because we change the whole like trajectory of what the hood is. At the same time, like, you know, is ours.
So where did the name Cool Ant come from?
I just needed a name, yo. I got a homegirl named Cool Ray. Shout out to her. That was her Instagram name first, yo. Around the time, that was my dog, man. Still is. I hit Ray, man. But my first name was Ambitious Ant. And I was like, that's too long, dog. I ain't trying. I'm very ambitious. You know, I know. I wanted to find a word that fit me, and I always was told, like, yo, you're a cool dude. You're a cool dude. So when I saw Cool Ray, I was like, oh, Ray, R-A-E, 3 letters, Cool Ant, A-N-T. Yeah, so I was Cool Ant. Even now, it be banging. Like, yo, I promise I'm going to always give Raven credit. Like, I'm going to always give her credit, dog, or Ray credit.
So, talk about some of your influences, and they could be people, places, things, music, just in general.
I'll say my first I want to be like him was like my uncle and my father, and that was like the start of it. And then like the older I got, the more I started meeting more people I really wanted to be like, you know, like my man Ace, you know, the tattoo artist. That's really like, I be telling people, yo, that was like my guardian angel, bro. I promise you this. Like, bro taught me so much and introduced me to so much. That really got the ball rolling, and as time went on, you know, it started being the Tory Smiths, and it started being the Tremaines, it started being the Coach D's and Coach T's, and you know, so many people that I met along the way, man. My former manager George, and you know, like so many people, bro, that like men, you know, and women, you know, that were like so hands on, like.
Right. So, what do you want people outside of Baltimore to understand about Baltimore?
That. Like people meet me from like people meet me out of town and be like, dang, Baltimore, like cool, bro, like cool. And I just want people to know that, like see that, you know, like it's kind of hard to see in this city when you're not in the city, cause like what's being promoted and what's being pushed. But it's so many cool Ants, cool Devins, cool Ashleys, cool Latrells, cool Jasons, cool Ambers. You name it, man. We got a plethora of people down here that's really thriving, really good, genuine people, bro. And like we don't ask for much back. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just respect and loyalty, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So what's been one of your proudest moments as an artist?
Alright. One of my most proudest moments as an artist, or just even like a creator. If I had to really choose one, it's a blessing to even have that many that I gotta think about it, right? Like, that's a blessing, bro. Thank you, God. I'd say the one was I did a project in LA with a company I used to work for, and I went out. Like it's so many, but this one was like, oh yeah, it put that fire in me. And so it was an event, it was a run with Drewski, and I had like promoted on the ground, like handing out flyers. Right. And I went 2 days to the school to go do that, and the turnout was pretty dope. Kids came excited, they were hyped, and at the end, the head of, you know, who put it together, put all the money behind it, he came to me and was like, Ant. It was so humble, bro. Like, I'm just standing right there looking at the event. All the kids hyped up there around the town and everything. And I'm standing there looking from the outside in. And he walked up and was like, Ant, like, you're responsible for 80% of this success. And I thought about it, like, wow. Like, even if he meant it or not, you know what I'm saying, came from a place. So that's one of my favorite moments as a creator, because I knew, like, what I offered to that project and then, like, how I showed up to it. But just to have that, like, be part of something so big, so much money, so many hands, so many moving parts, and to stand out like that, it's kind of like a tap on the shoulder of like, yo, like that's the potential you have, you know?
So let's talk about who in the city, if you could shout out a couple people, who are you inspired by? Who do you still want to work with if you haven't done that yet? Whether it's
whatever. I would love to see like even me, like through like whatever bumps or whatever I have with like comedians or people, or I'd love to see all of us come together and create. Baltimore's not that big for it to like not happen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying put difference to the side, because we can have conversations about them. Like I'm down to talk, you know what I'm saying? But of course, like the Dooleys, the Vontaes, the you know, and never like no issues with like people or whatever it is. But it's like I would love to just see all of us, the Smooths, the Cleons. I would love to see Bro come back, you know, and we make like an actual. I always say like, when we gonna make a film that's like by Baltimore for the world. You You know what I'm saying? Like, we got The Wire, we got, like, We Own the City, we got 12 O'Clock Boys and things that people talk about. But it's like, who's from Baltimore, who's represented in those movies. And we do a good job of telling our own stories. So I would love to see us come together. Even, like, the rappers. Like, imagine, like, this, like, Friday of a movie in Baltimore.
That would be crazy. That would be so crazy.
Don't post this part. Just say, imagine this. Boop. Edit that part.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, that bitch would be hard.
Crazy.
Yo, imagine
Baltimore,
the title say Friday in Baltimore.
I'm watching
a short
that.
documentary.
Like,
damn, that's hard.
Yeah, we got work on
hard.
that. We got work on that.
All right, bet. That's hard.
Let's see. What's your go-to spot to eat? Like,
shit in Baltimore, man. Shucks, I can't tell everybody my real one. They gonna make it hot. yeah, my little crab spot. If you know me, you know. But I would say I love Old Honey on the Bay. I'm happy to be back to get some authentic, like, black food. Real black by the words. And hey, my go-to in Baltimore. Bro, I eat everywhere in Baltimore. I really can't even like pinpoint one spot. There's so many good cooks and chefs. And what's that? Southern Bay on Instagram. Southern Butter. And then you got Chef Rock. You feel me? Then you got From the Heart Food Truck. And then you got so many people. Dang, bro, I can't even think of one spot that's like, even like down to the restaurants. Like, I'm always in like I enjoy an eye bar. Like, I enjoy, shucks, I like Watershed a lot. I'm always down there. They got good food, fair price. My man, you know what? Shout out to Yard and Fad Hill.
The Jamaican spot.
The Jamaican spot. Yes.
I always wanted to go there. I haven't
man.
been there.
Yes, bro. I was just there, man. The portions are amazing. The price is fair. And the food is exceptional.
All right. I think the last question, just to wrap it up, what's a message you have to the world?
Man, be a human to a human. And that's it. We gotta start like saying the people in people. It's like, man, I ain't even trying to like be no poet, but it'd be a lot easier if we just start things off with a smile or a hello or something, man. I don't know. Me myself, I told somebody, I said, as a black man in America, I'm tired, bro. I'll be tired of keep having to like show up, you know, and like show up in a way of like proving or like I'm not this or I'm not that. I think things getting a little better, but I think us as men got to talk about it a lot more of that, like, I don't say unwarranted pressure, you know what I'm saying? Because pressure can bust pipes and make diamonds, and me and mine gonna shine every time, bro. But it's like just being able to communicate things without coming off as you don't want to be a man or you acting like this, or, you know. So I would love to see the world just be more open to one another. And like, everything else is pretty cool. We're all getting creative. We just gotta like really create equal opportunity. We've been fighting certain fights for too long. Yeah. It's about time everybody else start fighting with us and we start fighting with them. So
yeah. So I mean, I guess that's about it for real. Shout out to socials.
Yes, sir. At cool_ant, COOLANT. I'm about to make a TikTok too. I got a TikTok. It's Cool Ant too. And then we start getting on my little YouTube thing. So right now, Instagram is mainly the I'll say the go-to.
No worries.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Alrighty. And this concludes the first interview series.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna call this Charm City Voices. I don't know. We'll just call it. We'll just make a name up for it and keep it moving. Impromptu interview. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. More on the way.